Hi everyone, thank you so much for logging in to watch my first makeup tutorial ever, which is going to be on how to do a werewolf look for this Halloween. Let me begin by saying that this is my first time editing, so bear with all the horrible and the fact that I should have been doing this introduction while in werewolf costume. This is a really easy look to recreate. I think if you want to make it a little scarier, you can definitely add in some fangs, which if you're watching this from Trinidad, you can get Samaroos, and I believe they had them for like $5, so very cheap. So for this look, I decided to wear yellow contacts just to get a little bit more of a scarier look. I then began to prime my face with Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, just spray it all over. And then I did a basic concealer and foundation routine. I use MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NW30. Just cover up my intense dark circles and any pimples you have just to even out the skin tone. If you want to go a little darker with your foundation and your concealer, that's fine. I mean, a werewolf tends to be a little dirtier, something I will repeat throughout the video. So make sure you blend that in before you put in your foundation so that there's no intense differences. Next, I use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in 228 Soft Tan. I just use a stippling brush and then the beauty blender, just kind of get rid of any excess product. You will be adding on later face paint, and so I don't suggest packing out too much of the foundation because a lot of it is going to be covered up, but this is just to even out your skin tone for the look. Yeah, so just make sure to get that all down towards your neck as well, because there will be makeup going on as down there. Don't try not to apply so much on the neck either, because again you will be applying more eyeshadow and powders and all kind of different things later. I then grabbed my Laura Mercier Cream Contour palette, and I used mainly two shades from that palette, the Contour Medium number 2 and Contour Medium number 3, and I created sort of like a V going down towards my nose at the top first. You're just trying to shade in some areas that are gonna get really intense later on and give shade to your face and shape. I applied it especially at the bottom of the nose, get more like a wolf look, and then on your right below your cheekbones you kind of create like a triangle, kind of regular contouring, but messier, not so many straight lines. If it splashes out of place, that's fine. Make sure you get right on your jawline. You want to accentuate that area as much as possible, so apply a lot of the darker shade over there as well. I then grabbed my Paradise Makeup AQ Face and Body Makeup palette from Meron Cosmetics. They are a great theatrical brand, by the way. And then I just grabbed the shades in black and in brown. I kind of mixed them in the beginning, and then I decided just let me do the brown first and then the black. The makeup is activated with water, so then you just kind of go over all the areas that you went with the contouring earlier, just to make them deeper. Try to do some strokes that you can actually see the strokes. Eventually later on we'll go over them and reapply as you go. You go on the forehead and on the following your sideburns down towards your mouth. Make sure to add in some brown with the black. You want to create some depth, and also don't forget your ears. You don't want to have a full face of scary makeup and then your ears are like completely white. That's just gonna look ridiculous. Follow along and grab the white from the same Meron palette. It's very intense, and this goes on the areas that is just highlighted. Apply it and then use a sponge to kind of blend it in towards the brown and black that you just added around the eyes. Then it's time to do your eyebrows, which are the key part of the look. I use my regular Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in dark brown, which is I use daily. And you first fill in the eyebrow, and then you create like short strokes going upwards and angle towards the left or the right, depending on which eyebrow you're working on. Try to do the ones on the beginning of the eyebrow closer to the nose. Make those higher and more and just thicker and longer. You really want to bring attention towards your eyes and the middle of the eyes, kind of making you look more evil. And yes, I totally dipped my elbow into foundation while doing this. Haha. So after you have done both of your eyebrows, we move on to our eyes, and we're just gonna create a really intense smoky eye, mainly with browns, but we'll put in some black in there. So I started with Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream. It's kind of like a matte neutral tone, just to kind of go all over my eye and create sort of like a flat surface to work on. I then grabbed kind of like a medium blending brush, and I grabbed Cocoa Bear and I applied it all on the lid, going towards upwards towards my crease, not letting it reach the brow bone so much. As you can see, I'm clearly not too worried about where exactly I'm placing the eyeshadow. I mean, this is going to be a dirty look, like I said earlier. So just make sure everything is blended in. So as soon as I packed on the eyeshadow, I would just grab the blending brush and blend the colors together. That third color I'm using here is Bada Bing, and it's just like a dark brown. It had a little bit of a shine on it, but by the time I finished the look, the shine really wasn't there, which is okay, right? You don't really want a shiny werewolf. I'm not going for Twilight hair, so I had to. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in. Make sure you bring the brown towards the inner corner of your eye, meeting with the beginning of your eyebrow. Again, we are really accentuating that area, and it does give you more of an animalistic look. You then grab Corrupt. This is the same Makeup Geek shadows I'm talking about. So this is Corrupt, which is basically a matte black eyeshadow. And I create sort of like a cat eye, a really dramatic cat eye, which as the video goes along, you're gonna see it's just gonna get longer and longer. I just thought the longer it got, the more minimalistic it became. Make sure you create a triangular cat eye, and not so wavy, not so pointing up or anything like that. You want it to be stark and intense. Make sure you take it all the way down to your eyelash, bottom eyelash line. I then grab my Anastasia Beverly Hills powder contouring palette, and I just focus on my nose. I use the most terracotta-y shades in the palette, which are the left and right bottom shades. Especially at the, I guess, the bottom of your nose, exactly where your nostrils are. I actually grabbed some of that same Corrupt eyeshadow in black, and I put some in there. Again, as the tutorial gets on, I just went all crazy in that area, and the more you do it, the more werewolf like it became, I guess. Make sure to go with the contouring palette, the powder, sorry, all along your jawline as well. You really want to accentuate that area. And then I grabbed my Maron face painting palette and just kind of restroked some of the areas that, because you're playing with powder and such, things get a little blended in. So you want to make sure you create strokes so that it makes it look like if you have like it's hair, I guess. I then grabbed just like a fluffy brush, and I grabbed the same Cocoa Bear and Corrupt eyeshadows, and I just went crazy on my like chest and neck area, just trying to make it look dirty and bruised up and just not so clean. Again, like the same thing as the ears. You don't want to have clean shiny ears and have a scary face of makeup on. I then highlight it with my same Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, just the bridge of the nose, right underneath the eyes where I put the white, in front of the chin and right below the hairlines that I drew. Again, you need to put highlight in order to bring out the contouring that you did, right? This is what I mentioned earlier about the going crazy with the nose and darkening it, and just this is all with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It's just basically darker powders and just creating that in the look wherever I thought it needed it. I then grab my MAC Fluid Line eyeliner gel in Black Track, and this is the part where I'm just finishing up with the eyes. So we create going exactly over the cat eye that I drew earlier with the black eyeshadow. I did not focus on making this as smooth as possible as I usually do for a clean cat eye look. Because Fluid Line is just such a great product, and you can literally mold it and smudge it and do anything you can with it. I actually tapped at the beginning and creating kind of like a smudgy look, and then once I got towards the outer side of the eye, then I kind of elongated it and just followed the exact eyeshadow that I had. I think I went over it again with some black track eyeshadow just to make it more intense. And do not forget the inner side of the eyes, you know, just create two lines by your tear duct, one above and one at the bottom. It really adds in that effect of I guess cat or feline or something like it. And then I grabbed some white eyeliner, liquid eyeliner from Revlon, and I just went in between the black track gel liner that I used. Just makes it look much more animalistic. You know, towards the end, you really want to just make sure all those fine little details are done, which is mainly just with black, go over and just redefine any areas that might have blended in. For the waterline, I just grabbed a regular black pencil and I filled it in, and then I decided to do the same strokes going upwards on my eyebrows. Added some black, you know, don't cover up all of the brown, and I did that in my eyes as well, just kind of adding dots and dashes. I thought it would be, again, animalistic. I'm sorry for overusing that word, nothing else is coming up. I then used Ardell lashes. I think they were wispies, and some duo black glue to glue them on. Again, eyelashes are not my favorite thing in the world, but for pictures and especially for Halloween and anything that you want to do that is dramatic, they are a great add-on. I then went over the eyelash with the black track MAC gel liner, just cover up any glue that might be coming out or showing or anything. And then of course mascara, lower lashes and top lashes. The more intense the better, I think. I then grabbed my OCC lip primer, just got that all around my lips. I do this especially for any dark shade of lipsticks because I don't have the smoothest lips, and dark shades just get into the creases and it's just not fun to take off later. So as a lipstick, I used Rimmel London in 124 Bordeaux. Again, everything I use is listed in the description, guys, so just, you know, my pronunciation is not that great, just go and read the bottom. I didn't, the original look that I had seen, it had black lipstick. Again, I changed this a lot compared to what I had seen, but it had black lipstick, and this is more like a maroony. I reapplied and reapplied over it, just make it darker. And then what I did was grab some of the same black track matte eyeshadow from Makeup Geek and just placed it over the lipstick. And if it's outside of the lip line, it's fine. Like the smudgier it looks, the better, you know. I fixed my hair, and there I was, Werewolf. Thank you so much for watching.